All right. Good evening, everybody. How is everybody doing? I hope you guys have had a good week. It's freaking Friday. Man, I tell you what, the time is just, it is going by ridiculously fast. Absolutely ridiculously fast. So, uh, anyway, man, uh, so I kicked my own butt for you guys today, just so you know. Tomorrow, the second video tomorrow, you will see I took a walk down to the waterfall today, and man, I tell you what, it is absolutely beautiful going down there. It's gorgeous. It's just very peaceful and tranquil to go down there. But coming back up just really truly sucks. I mean, you guys have no idea. Um, there's group members that have only been down to the waterfall one time because it's intense. It is absolutely intense, and but it wasn't. Well, you'll see. I will. I'll save that video tomorrow for tomorrow. You'll see it tomorrow at 7 o'clock. But it's just, man, it's rough. It is. That is a rough. Like I said, going down is easy. Going down is absolutely easy, no problem. But coming back out of there, and in this one, she's like a freaking goat. I mean, she's up and she's down and she's sideways and she's here and she's there. And it's like, oh my God, this freaking dog. Uh, oh, I definitely got my exercise for today, Delbert. There's no doubt about that. No doubt about that at all. Brought back the first two of the totes from up on top. Got them down here already. So I brought two of them in. And because that's what I can fit in my truck at a time. I had to go out, so when I came back, I stopped and loaded up two and put them on the truck, and and I can do that by myself, so that's not an issue. But I'll just start bringing them back, and every time I go out, how are you cleaning those totes? Well, okay, so we'll talk about the totes in just a second. Let me do this part real quick, and then we'll talk about that in just a second. Just want to remind everybody that this is a very family friendly oriented channel. I would ask you all to please be decent in the chat. No racism, no nastiness. If you cannot abide by those very simple, easy rules, you will be booted out of here because we are not going to have it. Okay, so that being said, we got that out of the way. Those awesome people lit up in blue will take care of anybody that wants to play little games today. So I'm going to be 100% honest with you guys. When we talked about getting the totes, we were told that, yeah, there's not going to be anything that's got chemicals. It'll be, it'll all be stuff that was not considered food grade, but it basically was food grade. Well, that wasn't the case, obviously. Okay. We're going to check and see, like the ones, I will tell you this, the ones that had antifreeze in them. All right. Just putting this out there so you guys know what we're going to do. There's a couple things. Every one of these totes is going to go to use. Okay. All right. Every one of these totes is going to go to use. It may not be what we originally had designed for, but they're all going to get used. So we could use any one of the ones with the antifreeze in them. We could use them as a water storage for fire emergency, right? Uh, about how much grain do you feed your chickens in a week? Actually, you would be surprised, Mary. It's really not that much. It's really not that much. Why are so many available? Why wouldn't there? This guy goes, I don't know where he's getting them from. He gets them down in Tennessee, and he goes on and picks them up by the truckload, and people buy them. So, but anyway, so a couple uses can be. I don't know how many of them had antifreeze in it, so we're gonna have to go. Um, what other states did you consider before choosing West Virginia? TJ, good question. I actually was looking originally. Originally, I was looking at Tennessee and I was looking at Kentucky to be the states that I was looking to get moved into. And my buddy Eric, who has property in northern West Virginia, he had said to me, he goes, Ed, check out West Virginia. And I will never forget, guys. I literally was like, West Virginia? It hadn't even been on my radar, not even on my radar. And, I was very skeptical. And he's like, wait, listen. He goes, good land prices, sparsely populated. He goes, I know you want to be in the mountains. So, you have the Appalachian Mountains down here. You can be up in a higher elevation. He said the taxes are good, and he goes, and if you're in the right county, there's no building codes, all this whole type of thing. So I said, all right, I'll check out West Virginia. And I will tell you, folks, honestly, I got down here and it is just absolutely stunningly beautiful. The people are awesome. I have, everybody's been very, very cool. I haven't had any issues with the people. I'm a Yankee, of course, so we have that joke. We goof around that way, but that's okay. But yeah, it's where I was supposed to be. I absolutely believe. I believe everything happens for a reason. We're on a journey from the day we're born, and we're following that path, and then we get to where we want to, where our destiny or whatever you want to call it guides us to be. And I definitely was meant to be here. I love this area. It's beautiful, and like I said, it's isolated. It's quiet. It's very peaceful, and I wouldn't trade it for anything, to be honest with you. So, but getting out of I know how beautiful it is there, Ed. I lived there for a time. Delbert said, "Yep." So, but no, it's already a done deal. Morning Light. She's asking if I can exchange the tanks out. But again, so what we can do, we were actually I was talking to one of my members today. You guys, somebody had sent me. They used two of these totes, and turned them into a shower. So they stacked them, cut it open, used it as a shower. And I thought, man, that would be a great idea. So let's say we have and again, I'm not going to speculate how many of them had antifreeze in there, but we'll figure that out, okay? But any of the ones that had antifreeze in there, we could take four of those, turn four of them into, two different shower areas. We could take a couple of them and put them up on higher up, fill them up with water, and that can be our own fire station. In case there's a fire someplace, use gravity feed to feed the water down and do that. So, I mean, they're not going to go to waste as far as that goes. So, but yeah, there's a lot of uses that we can use them for, and and that's what we're gonna do. So, you know, but anyhow, so that's I was a little disappointed. I'm not gonna lie, but I mean, we got them for a really good price. Now, if we were gonna get food grade, I can get food grade. And I told you we paid like $56 a piece for these, okay, or 53, I think it ended up being 53. We can get food grade for 125 a piece. So, it is what it is. So, I mean, if somebody in the group wants to go a different route and get the food grade ones, they absolutely can. So, we'll figure it all out. We'll figure out what we need to do, and we're gonna go from there. But I don't know. And here we are, 9 minutes in, and we haven't talked about topic at all yet. Oh, it's a great price. Absolutely a great price. So, like I said, we'll figure out what we're gonna do, and we're gonna go from there. But so now we got what 303 in the chat already. We're at 91 thumbs up, which is like less than a third. So if you have not shot a thumbs up yet, please do so to show support for the channel. And thank you very much ahead of time. I do appreciate the support for the channel. Really does make a big difference with the algorithms as well. So the more interaction, the better for the channel. So I thank you for that reason as well. Also, antifreeze shower sounds magical. Oh, you're too funny. Well, I don't think we'll be using antifreeze water in a shower area. I don't just. Oh, that's nice. Thank you. Somebody will take care of that individual, please. Thank you very much, JJ. Oh my God! Oh, I've been called out. uh, that is too funny. But anyhow, so what was I going to tell you guys? You know what? I'm going to address that comment really quickly because you know what? Who gives a crap? Okay. When you do anything in civilian life, it affects your nursing license. Okay. And so when I got in trouble in 95, 96, something like that, in civilian life, which I won't get into because it's nobody's business. It affected my nursing license. So when you do something as a nurse or as a civilian, it absolutely affects your nursing license, and that's why, like I said, never been a big drinker. Well, I was when I was younger, but I did have 10 years of heavy drinking, from 12 to 22. Heavy drinking from that age, and then I just went from there. Ed, what's the name of those containers again, please? They're 275 gallon totes. So that's I don't know if there's like a name uh, specifically for them, but some of them had oil in it. I know that for sure. I'll have to look at, yeah, IBC totes. There you go. Thank you. So, but like I said, we're gonna utilize them whatever way we need to. So, but yeah. So anyway, what was I gonna say? I was gonna tell you something. Uh, but anyway, we should probably get into the topic of the video since we're already almost 15 minutes into here, right? Talking about the whole situation with um, the and here's what kills me. And this is what kills me about the UN. All right. So I read an article today and it says the UN, the court for the UN, just came close to even traffic stuff can affect your nursing's license. Got to be kind of bad though. LOL. Yeah, it's just all of it does. All of it does. You want an out? Well, I'll even tell you because I really don't give a crap. I'll tell you what happened. All right. So I had moved to North Carolina when I was 27. All right. Want to get out of New York State, couldn't stand New York State. I'll tell you the story real quick because what difference does it make? They think they're calling me out, but I have nothing to hide, so I could care less. So when I went to North Carolina, I had gone to the courthouse and I said, "Yep, Chapel Hill. Yep, absolutely." Went to the courthouse and said, "I want to get my pistol permit." And the lady was like, "Well, how many do you want?" And I went, "What are you talking about?" And she said, "You can get up to 5 pistols at a time. You buy 3 or 5 permits. They'll give you 5 permits at a time." So basically, there was no at that time when I was there in North Carolina. You didn't have a paper permit like you do in New York State to have a pistol. Okay, you went to the courthouse. They checked you. You got your 5 permits. You paid $5 a piece for them. Yeah, $5 a piece. So I got 3 permits at that particular time. I bought a 380 pistol, is what I bought because it was something easy to conceal. I liked it and I thought it was a good weapon. There was an issue back in New York. Okay. Um, my stepfather one of my stepfathers attempted to murder my mother. All right. So I get a phone call, right? He's in jail. Mom is okay. She was safe. Went through a little bit of a situation, and there was talk up in New York that the job was going to get finished. It was going to get done, and blah 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 blah. All right. Now I will tell you guys right now, I don't consider myself a tough guy. I don't think I'm Billy Bad A or any of that type of stuff. But I will tell you who I am. All right. I'm a guy who takes care of things. I don't care if it's legal, illegal. I take care of things. I always have and I always will. That's what I've done my whole life for my family or whatever the case may be. So I came back to New York. Now, when I came back to New York, I brought my pistol with me. Okay. So I had a legal pistol permit for the state of North Carolina, but it was not legal in New York. And anybody that knows, New York is super anal retentive about everything. So I ended up having one conversation and I squashed everything. I will tell you that right now. Okay. My mom obviously is still alive. She's good to go. Nothing happened to her. I let people know what would happen if my mom should suddenly disappear, if my mom should suddenly have an accident, or if my mom turned up dead. Okay. I let it be known what would happen. And I will tell you, like I said, I'm not a tough guy, folks, but people know me. Anybody that knows me back in the day and knows my reputation, they knew I'm not kidding. Okay. So anyway, about so I had that I was planning on being in New York for 6 months, and I was planning on getting the heck out of there, heading back down to North Carolina. Right. Had the chance to go to nursing school, so I go to nursing school. Started working. I was not married to my first wife yet at that point. We were living together, having issues. And so I moved back I moved in with my grandmother for a while. And so, like I said, I'll be transparent as hell because I could care less. Don't make no difference. Water under the bridge, and it's a long time ago. So what ended up happening was I was seeing two different women at the same time, and a lot of stress, a lot of crap going on. My mother and I got into an argument. Now, I will tell you this: my mom knew that if that gun got turned over to the cops, that I would get in trouble. Now, I will tell you this: I never carried that gun in New York. It was unloaded in a gun case in my closet. All right. So my mom got mad at me. Okay, called the cops and said, "Here's his gun." So I have a conviction, misdemeanor conviction for a weapons charge. All right. Now, did that stop me from getting pistols in the future? No, it did not, because it was a misdemeanor. So anybody that wants to ask ahead of time, oh my God, is that, it doesn't. It was a misdemeanor conviction 25 plus years ago. Okay. So what happens so I had to go to court and do all that whole thing. So what happens is, what happens in civilian life affects your nursing license. So let me tell you the result of that weapons charge in New York, okay? I never got probation, nothing like that. I had to plead guilty to, I believe, what was it? Possession of a criminal weapon, fourth degree, right? So there you go. So guys, go ahead and look it up. All my trolls want to know exactly what it was. Go ahead and look it up. Uh, and I think they gave me I think it was like $150 fine. That was it. That was it, guys. End of story, right? My nursing license put me on probation. They gave me a $250 fine, and that's what happens. I probably would have disowned my mother and declared her outside my protection and care for that. Well, here's the thing: is the Count Chad the Impaler. You know, you can hold on to stuff like a cancer. Okay, you really can, and it'll eat you alive, or you can let it go. Now, you don't have to forget it ever happened. You don't ever put yourself in a situation where it could happen again because you do something wrong to me once, shame on you. If it happens twice, then shame on me. Um, that was the end of that type of stuff. Okay. But it is what it is. It's like I said again. It's water under the bridge. My mom is my mom. I love my mom. That one hurt. I will be honest with you. That one hurt. So it is what it is. So like I said, don't care. I let it go a long, long time ago. I had to let it go. I didn't talk to my mom for a couple of years after that one. I'll be honest with you. Okay, but I had to let it go for myself. And so there you are. So all the trolls that think, oh, look at, we got him, we got him. You got realistically, you know what you got? You got shit. That's what you got. So there you go. All right. We have all said something we regret in the heat of passion. Some food for the chickens. Thank you, Asif. I appreciate that. I appreciate that. Oh, I would never let anyone mess with my mom. She's my mom. So, no, okay. So the problem with the gun in New York was this. Technically, what you're supposed to do is when you travel back to, like, I'm from New York, obviously, originally was from New York. When I went back, I should have taken the gun, put it to a police station until I got my pistol permit for New York. I hadn't planned on staying in New York, folks. So I said, well, I'll just put it away, not use it, not carry it, none of that stuff. Like I said again, not ever trying to be a tough guy. That's not what it's about for me. And so it's just, it is what it is. So, but New York State sucks. End of story. Their gun laws suck. Their taxes suck. The weather sucks. Their politicians suck. I don't know if I could. I guess is that clear enough? Yeah. So, but yeah, I wanted to be out of there a long, long time ago, and it took me a long time to get back out of New York State. Which I have no intention of ever living in New York State again. No desire, no intention, none of that. So anyway, so there we are. I'm a convicted individual. I have a record. Oh well. So, but yeah, but like I said, it's one of those life lessons, and there we go. So, anyway, moving on. Let us go back. Some people must be bored to do that. Oh, they, I'm telling you what, Dawn. Okay, and this is the way it is. Okay, trolls are dedicated, more dedicated than my most loyal fan. My biggest supporter will never be as dedicated as people that hate me. So, if they think that they're getting me or getting over on me, you're not, because I don't give a crap. Okay. Like I said, I'm really transparent, guys. Okay. I'm really transparent. So, yeah. Yep. Exactly. So, but, everyone has a past, just some aren't on paper. Well, I'll tell you, I'll be honest with you guys. If I'd have got caught for half the stuff that I did when I was younger, I'd have probably done 20 years in prison. Okay. And I'll just leave that at that. But I didn't. The only thing I ever got caught for, honestly, when it was fighting, getting in a situation, getting jammed up that way. And then that was, and honestly, I think that we could have done something about that situation because no crime was committed. You know, I raised my voice to my mother, left, went to work, got a call at work. So, that was how that went down. But yeah, Trump is paying 85 million. I bet he don't pay it, Larry. I'll bet he don't pay it. So what's the topic? Sean. Oh my God, that's too funny. All right, let's go back to the topic. So, um, we got the UN, their court, the UN court. Okay, uh, it said the UN court came just short of demanding a ceasefire with Israel and Hamas, and I have to laugh. You know, I have to laugh at that because I'm going to tell you what, and I've said it before, folks, and I'm going to say it again. Israel's got the balls to do what all these other countries, including the states of America, won't do. Okay? They're going in there. They've already stated their goal is to wipe out Hamas. There's no, we're going to beat them down to this level and then let them rebuild. No, their goal is to eradicate Hamas, and good for Israel. And you know what? I want you guys to think about something too. When they're dragging dead Israelis through the streets over there, right, in Palestine area, when they were doing that, weren't there people cheering? Weren't there civilians and people cheering about that? If I'm not mistaken, I mean, I could be just completely woefully ignorant, right? I could be woefully ignorant, and but you know, So civilians are being killed in the Gaza Strip. Oh well, shouldn't support a terrorist organization. How about them apples? Right? You reap what you sow. Anybody ever hear of that one? Like I said, guys, I'll tell you what. And so what we're listening to is they said 26 or 27,000 Palestinians have died, but according to the propaganda machine that is Hamas, who runs that part of it, right? They're saying 70% of them are civilians. Now, is that accurate? Is that 100% true? Like any other government in the world, do you think they're being 100% honest? I wonder. It's just a curious thing. So, you know, I just, the UN is a joke, okay? In reality, the UN is a joke. And, for them to get on their high horses and, and have these different countries, you know, they need to stop and they need to do this. Well, you know what? They need to do what they need to do, and they're doing it. And they're not asking anybody's permission. Even with the US basically saying, well, maybe tone it down a little bit, they're like, screw all of you. And good for Israel. I'm sorry. You know what? If you are pro Hamas and all that kind of crap, well, screw you. I don't care. I honestly don't give a crap. I don't. Okay. Israel's doing what they need to do, and good for them. And I hope they stop them into a mud hole. That's what I hope. Okay. And that's it. You know, if somebody came into my backyard and hurt the people that I loved and cared about, it'd be game on. And there would be no, well, we'll beat them. We'll beat them to this point and then we'll stop. No, you don't. Because every time you do that, they come back. They come back, right? So, you do what you got to do. You take care of what you got to take care of. And yeah, I don't think Israel's going to back down prepping with Rex. I do not believe Israel's going to back down. Because if they were going to do that, they would have done it already. There's so much heat. And this is what kills me about that situation. Israel's the bad guy. How is Israel the bad guy in this situation? Right? How are they the bad guy when they were attacked? Now, okay, right? We all talk about false flags, right? Always talk about false flags. Could Israel have known? So we're gonna talk about that. Could Israel have known that they were going to be attacked and let it happen? They could have. Okay, they could have. But the bottom line is the Hamas went into Israel, killed mostly women, children, old people. Remember that, okay? That's who Hamas killed. Very few soldiers were killed. It was mostly civilians that they were targeting civilians. And then they kidnapped and held hostage 250 civilians, which they still have what 138 or something to that effect. So, you know, I think Netanyahu let it happen, but the main point is that the people of Israel did not let it happen. Thank you very much. Yeah, he may have let it happen. I'm not saying he did, and I'm not saying that he didn't. Um, a lot of times, well, there is talk. And I'm not saying that. So when I say this, okay, I'm going to go back even further. So I'm not going to talk about that 9 date. I'm not going to talk about that date. We'll talk about Pearl Harbor. There are people that say, and I'm not saying I'm one of them, I'm just saying there is talk that Pearl Harbor they let it happen to get us into World War II. Because the majority, if people remember correctly, right, the majority of Americans did not want to be involved in the war. They didn't want to be part of it. And we weren't for the first 2 years of World War II. It wasn't until Pearl Harbor happened that got us into World War II. So again, are things sometimes let to happen so that you can take care of an issue? It happens like that. It does. But I'll tell you what, all the Japanese did in World War II was piss off the wrong country. They pissed off the wrong country. So, you know, again, like I said, we will never know, folks. Okay, we will never know who started it, who knew what, all those type of things. To 9/11, to Pearl Harbor, to all of that. Yeah, the Gulf of Tonkin. I mean, yeah, you just we could line them up, line them up. There's so many things that could have or could not have been allowed to happen to get other people involved in things. So it's just that's a very slippery slope, very very slippery slope. So, and at the end of the day, when it comes to wars, right? Who benefits from war? Realistically, let's think about it, right? War's great for the economy, fantastic for the economy, right? Big business makes a whole lot of money because now they got to make more bombs. And so, who has controlling interest, if you will, with stocks and everything else in these type of businesses? A lot of politicians, right? A lot of politicians, are with Boeing and and all the other every you put the laundry list of companies that make all these weapons. So, that's who's going to benefit at the end of the day. But you know whose kids are going to die, folks? You know whose kids are going to die in battle? Yours and mine. That's whose kids are going to die. Not the rich politicians' kids. No, not the rich politicians. It'll be our kids because our kids will feel the sense of obligation and duty to fight for the country. Look what happened after a certain date here not that long ago, right? I mean, it's not like I said, guys. Um, it ain't rocket science. It really isn't. So, but anyway, I haven't even opened up my green tea yet. Look at that. I've got me rolling, and but anyway, there is yeah, old men start wars and young men die, and that's exactly right. Yep, that is exactly right. Guys, I'm going to tell you what. Like I said, the whole situation over there with these courts and you know all these talking all kinds of crap. I got to tell you something. I just saw, and we're going to like switch gears 100% on this, which I thought was fantastic. I'm talking about Poland for a second. I'm going to ask a question. We're going to ask a question, and I already know the answer, so I want to see what you guys think. How many immigrants, Muslim immigrants coming all out of down where all the problems are and stuff like that? How many did Poland take in? How many did Poland take in? Does anybody have the answer? Look at you guys are smart. You guys are very, very smart. Poland took in none, and they were called on it, and they were like the politician that they were interviewing. He says Poland is a safe place to be. We don't have problems here in Poland like the rest of Europe that took all these immigrants in there, right? Because what happens is you look at different places where all of a sudden, and I think Sweden, I'm not 100% sure if it's Sweden, but you look at all the rapes that are happening now in Sweden, those little pretty blonde, blue eyed ladies walking around being raped because it's okay to do whatever you want to do to an infidel, right? So I mean, I'm not, and again, I'm gonna put it out here again, guys. I'm just gonna not all Muslims are bad, okay? Not all Muslims are bad. So just putting that out there ahead of time. There's gonna always be an element, that's gonna do stupid, ridiculous things, but Poland didn't take in any, and they didn't apologize for not taking in any. They didn't want to have. Yeah, Swedish women have been targeted for years now. Yep. Yep. And rape is absolutely evil. So, yeah, Poland has been through enough. They won't ever put themselves in that position again. And good for them. You look at every European country that see here's the question that I would have, okay? And this is just speculation, question or whatever. If you have a war in this country over here, and you are Muslim, why would you not want to go to another country that was also Muslim, right? Why would you want to go to a European country and then expect that European country to give into the way that you do things, the way that you did things in your old country? Does that make any kind of sense? I mean, it really doesn't. Not to me, it doesn't. I don't know. And let's put it like this: the United States of America, folks, is a melting pot. It has been for a long, long time. I mean, we've got, like I've told people, I'm an American, right? Because I'm English, Irish, Scottish, Dutch, German, and a little bit of Spanish thrown in there just for fun. All right, I'm a mutt. Heinz 51. I am a true American, and that's what and that's how it should be. So, you know, but they have said it to themselves to eliminate those that aren't them. Well, and what they've also said, I don't have any Native American. Nope. No, I don't. My niece does, Jeannie, that you guys have seen on video. Her father has American Indian in him. And so she does have a little bit of American Indian in her. I'm not sure what the percentage is. I couldn't even tell you. But anyway, it's just what was they said, if we can't beat them, we'll breed them out. Because if you look at it, and please don't like take it like I'm hammering on Muslim people, because I'm really not. But when you have people come over, and as a responsible American, right? Responsible American, raised my kids, took care of my kids, 3 kids. After the twins were born, my wife at the time got her tubes tied, because we're like, that's it. We realistically cannot afford to have um, anymore. We can't afford to have anymore. But when you see certain groups of people come over and they have 8, 9, 10 kids, right? They're going to breed us out. They're going to breed us out. That's just a fact. So, Texas going hot tomorrow. I actually got a video tomorrow, my 3 o'clock video. I'm talking about Texas tomorrow. So if you guys want to check that one out when it comes out, I am actually talking about Texas tomorrow in that video. So my 3 o'clock video is going to be about Texas. Start making babies, people. Hey, I did my part, guys. Yeah. Oh yeah. Well, you look at the Amish. Look how many the Amish have. The Amish have a ton of kids. They have a ton of kids. Yasser Arafat, the womb of a woman will be our strongest weapon against Zionists. His words, but shows why they come into the West. Believe him. Oh, absolutely. Thank you very much for the donation as well. Appreciate that. But yeah, you're right. Yep, they're going to breed us out, and given enough time, that's exactly what's going to happen. It's going to happen. It's just a matter of time. So, but well, like I said, there's all the one thing I can say. I mean, as many problems that America has, as many problems as America has, there is that freedom of religion. Whatever religion you want to be, you can be that religion. You can practice your religion. Like I said, that's everybody has that option. When someone evil shows or tells you who they are, um, and the things that they do, you believe them. Absolutely. Yep. Yeah. Jerry Nader literally said the American needs more births from illegals and field workers. Yeah. Isn't that crazy? Yeah, they want them coming here and just breeding away, and again, it's just there's I don't know. Like I said, people are people. I've always, like I said, I'm going to tell you again. For me personally, I don't give a crap what religion you are. I don't give a crap what color you are. If you're a cool person with me, I'm going to be a cool person with you. If you're a jerk off, I don't want nothing to do with you. It don't matter what color you are. So I don't hate nobody. Um, I just do my thing. Try to treat people with respect and dignity, regardless. And when you show me that you don't deserve that respect or dignity, then I don't want nothing to do with you anyway. Because it's like I'm not wasting my time or energy on hate. I'm just not going to do it. Life is too short. I got too many things, too many positive things that I want to do and that I want to accomplish, that I don't have time for that nonsense. And if you want to hate me, that's great. Fantastic. Have a good time. Because that's a party of one. Because I don't hate you. Like even like trolls, guys, okay? All trolls deserve, honestly, and I've said this before, the only thing they deserve is my pity. That's all they deserve because their life has to suck so bad. Think about this. I mean, let's really think about this. Their lives have to suck so bad that they hyper focus on me. I'm going to tell you what, and I've talked about this before as well. There's channels out there that I don't like. There's channels out there that I don't care for. You will never hear me talk about those channels. You will never hear me badmouth those channels. Guess what? I don't watch those channels because I don't like their channel. I don't like their content. I don't like the way that they talk or what they do or what they represent. So I turn the channel, you know? So if somebody life sucks so bad that they want to try to hyper focus on me, well, good for you, you know? Good for you. So, like I said, all they deserve is our pity. That's all they deserve. But anyhow, you know, life is interesting. It will continue to be interesting, and it is what it is. But the situation over there with the UN trying to, assert some kind of control over Israel with what Israel's doing. Good for Israel. I hope they burn them all to the ground because that's what I would do. I've talked about that, guys. If I ran this country, nobody would screw with America. If I ran this country, nobody would screw with America because I would tell them, if you screw with us, this is what we're going to do. No ifs, ands, or buts about it. Right. And if they said, oh, well, we're going to test that, they would find out. And guess what would happen? Guess what would happen? Nobody else would screw with us because they'd be like, holy crap, look at this guy's the leader of these people. And he told us straight out. I mean, you can't be more honest. You tell them straight out, this is the consequences of your actions. It's like a little kid. All right. Here's a great example. As a parent, right? I told my children, if you do this, here's the consequences of your actions. And then you let them make a choice. And I will tell you what happens, right? They'll test that one time. One time they test it. And guess what happens if you don't follow through? If you don't follow through on your threat that you made to your child, your word means nothing. And they don't care. And they're going to continue to do what they're going to do because they know there's no consequences for their actions. But when they get punished because you told them what the punishment was going to be, then they go, oh crap, dad's dead serious and I'm not screwing with him. And guess what? They don't do it again. And when you tell them, this is the deal, they go, okay, dad, we got it. We're going to take care of it. No problem. Whatever you say. That's how you run a country, folks. That's how you run a country. You know, you don't screw with certain people. And like them or not like them, Ronald Reagan was one of those people. They knew when Ronald Reagan got into office, what did Iran do the day that Ronald Reagan, the next day after Ronald Reagan was in office? They let the hostages go. I remember that. Jimmy Carter was a nice man. Jimmy Carter was a very, very nice man and a great human being. He was a terrible politician because he didn't have the balls to do what he needed to do. I'm going to tell you I'll tell you exactly what I would have done back then. I think I've talked about this a little bit before. So if anybody remembers, we had the Iran overthrew the Shah of Iran, and they took over the embassy, and they had a bunch of our Americans as hostages for a long time. What I would have done as the president of the United States, I would have sailed my ships over to the Gulf or Bay or whatever it was over there and say, you have 24 hours 24 hours to get our people onto our ships. And if you don't, we are going to turn you into a parking lot. Period. Right? Period. And if they say, well, we'll kill these people. Yep, you might. You might do that. Yes, you might. But we're going to kill all of you. And I'll guarantee you, folks, I guarantee, I don't care how tough they think they are or what that that they want to do. That's what would happen. That would be it. That would be the end of the story. So, and again, it's not about being a tough guy. It has nothing to do with about being a tough guy. It is giving your word, telling them what you're going to do, and then just doing it. So, you know, you want to take care of this Tony, please, there, JJ. Thank you very much. So, it just like I said, guys, it is what it is, you know. But I should run for president. I actually, Steve told me I should run for politics locally, and I'm like, man, no, no, I don't like politicians. So, not a fan of politicians. But there's so much corruption with politics. Oh, egg count. Oh my God, look at that. Look at that. Where has that time gone? All right, let's go ahead and do that, guys. Again, if you have not shot a thumbs up yet, please do so to show support for the channel. And thank you ahead of time. So go ahead, put your guesses on there. That's fine. How many eggs and yes or no for the white hen today? And but again, if you haven't shot that thumbs up yet, please do so. Thank you very much ahead of time. And again, it really does make a huge difference with the algorithms. So appreciate it that way as well. Also, again, if you are not subscribed to the channel, please subscribe. Make sure you hit that bell icon to get all notifications as well. And I'm going to get a drink and I'm going to give you the answer, who the winner is, in just a moment. All right. If you had the same exact guess as Asif, Asif is the winner today. 4 eggs today, and yes for the white hen. So congratulations to Asif. Sean, you're not a winner. You're not the winner, Sean. Sean is my daughter's boyfriend, guys. Just so you know. But why aren't you working, young man? Are you guys almost done? So yeah, I won nothing, and you're happy about it. There we go. Tease on me, sir. Thank you very much, RC Kev. Thank you very much. I appreciate that. Thank you for the donation. So, oh boy, I'll tell you what, guys. It's just, yep. So Asid's won nothing, and he's happy about it. Isn't that awesome? How that works? I don't know. Like I said, the problem with this country, honestly, in my opinion, today, we cave way too much. We have a small little group over here that screams the loudest, and as soon as something, if you say anything that they don't like, you're called a racist, a misogynist, you're anti this, anti that, whatever the case may be. Yeah, too many participation trophies, that's for darn sure. Yeah, it's just it's crazy. It's crazy. And we as a country have given in, given in, given in. And I'd be like, listen, you go ahead and scream all you want. I want everybody to have a good life. I want everybody to be able to be free and do what they want to do. I don't think certain things should be pushed on our children. That's my own opinion. Let kids be kids. Let them discover when they become older what they want, and not their parents' agenda, because the parents wanted a little girl instead of a little boy, so they manipulate that child. I mean, it's just like when I love this, when a conservative did this in an interview. They said, do you think, and it went up and was just asking random people, do you think that a child at 12 years old should be allowed to get a tattoo? And every one of them was like, no, oh no, 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 they should not. They're not young or old enough to make that decision. Blah 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 blah. I was called a racist once by a woke liberal. I said, racist? You're not even the same species. Oh my God, that is hilarious. I like that. I like that. That's awesome. So then the guy turned it around and said, okay, do you think a 12-year-old should have the right to go on hormonal therapy and change their gender? And everybody, and all these, and it was more of the woke ones. And oh yes, yes, they should, they should. How is it that they're not old enough? Why can't kids vote at 16? Because they're not mature enough to vote at 16. That's why they have to wait till they're 18. And realistically, how mature are you? For all of you out here, do you remember how mature you were at 18? Well, I remember I knew everything at 18. When I realistically, I didn't know squat. I knew squat. I thought I knew everything, but I knew nothing, and that's reality. You know, you mature, you get older, you have life lessons, you learn things. So yeah, the frontal cortex isn't even developed until you're in your 20s. Exactly, Dawn. So yeah, Gen Z is so distraught with the fact that they have to be right. Yeah, and I don't get that. Well, here, thank goodness, I'm a first year Gen X. Okay, you had the boomers. Boomers ended in 64. 65 started the Gen X. I'm first year Gen X. And we're a generation, we don't give a crap. We don't care. I don't care what your feelings are. I don't care if you're offended. I don't. I honestly don't. If you're offended, good for you. Congratulations. A certain party would love the voting age to be 16. Yeah, RC Kev. Yeah, I hear you. They would because it's like these kids don't have a clue what's going on. So, Full of Hope, 1966. There you go, Gen X. Yep, yep. But we were we were different. We were a different generation. So yeah, and okay, so it can't drink, smoke, or buy a pistol until 21, at least in Florida. Okay, so let's talk about that. Let's talk about the hypocrisy and the idiocy of that. Okay, of that. It's okay. It's okay if your parents, sign the thing. You can go into service at 17. You can go into service at 17. And they're going to give you a gun. And maybe by the time you're 18 years old, you're off in a foreign country killing people for your country. And that's perfectly fine. That's perfectly fine. But no, no, no. You can't smoke cigarettes. And no, 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 you can't drink until you're 21 because you're not mature enough. But you're mature enough to go out and kill for your country at 17, 18 years old, that is insanity to me. Now, this is my proposal because if I was a politician, this is what I would think. This is a way that I would do it. Okay. I would say, okay, yeah, drinking age is 21. Buying cigarettes, they made it 21 now, which is stupid too, but that's the laws that they've passed. But if you go into service and you're 18, 19, 20 years old and you're old enough to fight and die for your country, you should be able to buy beer. You should be able to buy liquor. You should be able to buy cigarettes with your military ID proving that you're in the service. That's what there should be a clause in. Because if you are old enough to go fight and die for your country, you should darn well be able to go ahead and drink and smoke cigarettes. I mean, it's just the stupidest thing to me ever. You know, that would be my proposal. So, but unbelievable, unbelievable. Right? If you're old enough to die, then you're old enough to live. Exactly. Oh, I got it. So in New York State, 6 months before I turned 18, they made it 19, and then 6 months before I turned 19, they made it 21. So, but I still drank. I was going to bars at 16 years old. So I could grow a full beard. So I was 22 when it changed to 21. Yeah, once I turned 21, I didn't give a crap. I didn't care, you know. Up to that point, I definitely, was running the hustle, trying to get what I needed to get. So now, when I was down at Fort Bragg, North Carolina, and tell me this makes any kind of sense. And I'm sure they've changed it now, but we're talking what, back in 85, 86? It was 19 for beer and 21 for liquor. Like, you can't get hammered out of your mind on beer. So you could buy beer at 19, but you couldn't buy liquor until you were 21. It just, you know, I'll tell you a true story too. So I'm down at Bragg. When we had these, they had basically called beer trucks. Basic is what they were. You go one up, and it was like you get snacks and beer and whatever the case may be. And I was waiting in line to get, my 12 pack of whatever I was drinking at the time. And kid behind me, also in uniform, he says, "Hey man," he says, you know, I'm, I think he was like 17. He goes 17 or 18. I can't remember what he was. He says, "Would you buy beer for me?" And I looked at him and I went, "Dude, you're in uniform." I said, "You walk up to that window." I said, "You tell her what you want with all confidence." And I said, "She's going to sell it to you because you're in that uniform." I said, "Now, I'll stand over here to the side. And if she doesn't sell it to you, then I'll buy it and I'll give it to you because I don't care." Okay. And he's like, "Okay." Walked up there. Yeah, it's 19. Yep, 19. Yep. Up in Canada. Walked over there. He got his beer and he went on his way, man. Big smile on his face. I said, "Brother, you're in a service. They know you're fighting and dying for your country." And that's what, and I don't know what it's like now. I'm not talking about 2024. I don't know what it's like now, but back in 1985, 86, that's what it was like then. So, but yeah, so that was that time frame in life. Yeah, I just want to know where the time went. That's what I want to know. That's what I want to know. Where did that time go? Literally could bring a note from my mom to the store to buy cigarettes. Those were the days. Oh yeah. Oh, absolutely. I wouldn't be surprised if you knew my brother, Ed. That's funny. I never know. You never know. Yeah, the drinking age is younger in Europe. Yep, absolutely. I know that it is over there. I'm like I said, Canada's 19. So a lot of times what the kids did in New York just went up to Canada, got hammered up in Canada and partied up there. So had a lot of fun in Canada. A lot of fun in Canada. Niagara Falls. Oh my God. I could tell you stories, but it's not the right place or time. He was there at the same time. Yeah, Fort Bragg is a huge fort, Don. So you never know. You never know. Could have been. I don't know what the Indian reservations rules are. I have no idea with that. That's a good question, though. So the Indian reservations have to follow the rules on cigarettes. That I do not know because they're separate. So I don't know. I have no idea what the rule is on that. That is a really good question. Don says no, they don't. Okay, not on the res. All right. Yeah, I figured they would be because separate entity. They could do whatever they want over there. So I developed early. High school kids paid me to buy beer for them. Oh, that's awesome. That is funny. There's no rules on reservations if you're Native American. Ah, I gotcha. I gotcha. Holy cow, blink and it all flew by. Worst part is I still feel young in my mind, but my body reminds me I'm 51 often. Well, I'm 58. I'll be 59 in June. And I'll tell you what, I'm in great shape for my age. I feel a little too fat. Okay, I'll be 100% honest with that one. I've been telling, I say it like it is. I could definitely stand to lose about 40 pounds. That would be a real good start. So, what year were you at Bragg, and do you remember Hay Street downtown? Oh yeah, absolutely. I was down there. I'm trying to remember when I got to permanent party because I did basic in AIT. Started in '84, got done with basic in AIT in '85. So probably got down to Bragg about '85. So because I was supposed to go to Fort Drum, and I worked as a hometown recruiter's aide for 6 weeks first. And what happened was when I did that, they had me do that. That was pretty cool. That was pretty chill because I got to be home every day. You know, it was like go down to the recruiting station, hang out with the sergeants, which they were like cool is unbelievable. No, I did my basic and AIT both out in Leninwood in Missouri. I was out in Missouri for both. I was an engineer, but so I get up to Fort Drum up in Watertown, which I thought was going to be a cool place to be as well, because again, that was only like 4 hours away from home, from Rochester. And so I was like, man, I could be home every weekend, you know, you get the weekend off and come on down home and hang out and stuff like that. So I get up to Fort Drum, or yeah, Fort Drum up in Watertown, and they're like, oh, we already filled your slot. And I went, you did? And they go, yeah. And I, God, Carol, I don't remember anymore, to be honest with you. There's so many places down there we hung out. But so what ended up happening was they're like, you're going to Bragg. And I went, okay. So we call Fort Bragg the Army within the Army. If everybody else ran 2 miles a day, we ran 4. So just kind of gives you an idea what the mindset was. But long, long time ago, many moons ago. All right, we're going to do some shout outs here, guys. Before we do that, what do we got? 224. Let's say 250. So that's what, 26 more thumbs up. So again, if you have not shot a thumbs up yet, please do so to show support for the channel. And I thank you ahead of time. Uh, again, it really does help with the algorithms as well. So the more interaction, the better for the channel. Also, if you are not subscribed to the channel, please subscribe. Make sure to hit that bell icon to get all notifications as well. So now we're up to 230. So we need 20 more thumbs up, guys. So let's keep them coming. We're going to start out with shout outs for Heavenly Hills Homestead. Ryan's a real good guy. Yeah, it's called Fort Liberty now. I know. I will never call it Fort Liberty. It'll always be Fort Bragg. That's just my take on that. Because of the liberal lunatic mindset, they're going to change the name of, a prestigious institution like Fort Bragg. Not in my mind. All right, Heavenly Hills Homestead. Sorry, got out of my soapbox a minute. Uh, Ryan's a real good guy growing giant vegetables. Very, very cool to watch. You have Icky Can up in Canada doing living off grid. Nice guy as well. Definitely go show him some support. You have Angry Prepper. That is Jason down in New York City. And miss anything about New York? Personally, I can't wait to leave New York. Just family more than anything else. There are some beautiful places in New York. I've been to a lot of different places that are gorgeous, but just more family than anything else. You have Alaska Prepper. That's Rudy. Good guy there as well. So definitely go show him some support. There is Alaska Granny. You have Sean James with the Sean James channel and My Self Reliance, 2 different channels. Same guy. Master builder, unbelievable to watch him build, and a real good guy. There is Demcad. He's a good guy as well. Definitely worth to listen to. There is Corporal's Corner, Bjorn Hansen. We have 80K Man up in the Adirondacks. There is Bizariza Jizza, who does the Carrington Chronicles. It's a very interesting story. You have Marfugal News with Adam and Dax out on the West Coast. You have Magic Prepper in North Dakota. There is Wranglestar. That is Cody. Real good guy as well. A lot of great information on his channel. Red Poppy Ranch. There's Survival Lily coming out of Europe, letting us know what's going on over there. You have Kyle's Cabin. Kyle and Sierra up in Minnesota doing their thing up there. There is Bush Radical and Girl in the Woods, husband wife team, split their time between Michigan and Alaska. A lot of great information on their channels. We have Green Greg's, another good dude. Definitely check him out. Southern Prepper One with his Boots on the Ground series, very interesting there. There is Gray Man Prepping. You have Truly Tara 76 Give coming at you with makeup videos. Nice lady there. Definitely show her some support, please. Doug and Stacy, a lot of great information on their channel. They've been around a long time. Really interesting to watch what they have over there. You have the Nomadic Movement down in Panama. Nice young couple living off grid down in Panama. The Green Dream Project out in Arizona. Nice young couple out there showing you what it's like to live in the desert and what you have to do to make that work. There's Camping with Steve Wallace doing stealth camping up in Canada. You have Bush Doctor Survival. There's Monkey Works. You have the Needy Homesteader. She's been around a long time. Good channel there as well. There is Boss of the Swamp, another master builder. Really cool to watch what he does there. There is Diamond with the Oppenheimer Ranch Project. Diamond's a real smart guy. Definitely worth a listen to. You have Patera with the Appalachian Homestead. Straight shooter. She says it like it is. I respect that. I really like what she's doing. City Prepper. There's Lumina Acres. You have Suspicious Observer giving you all the latest information of what's going on with the sun, solar flares, and all that type of stuff. Really interesting. There is Bear Independent. You have the Uneducated Economist. There is Bushcraft Bear coming at you from the Canary Islands of La Palma. You have Mary Greeley News. Mary Greeley's giving you all the latest updates of what's going on with Yellowstone and everything like that. There is Adapt 2030. You have Malachi's Corner. If you're going to get your weather, there's only one guy you should be getting your weather from, and that is Ryan Hall Y'all. Ryan Hall, excuse me, is a great guy, very passionate about the weather, gives back to the community in a huge way as well. There is Russell Brand. Russell Brand is another guy. I like the way he does things. He gives you the information and lets you decide what you want to do with it. There's Deep South Homestead, another very family friendly oriented channel, definitely worth a listen to. You have The Outsider up in Maine, Betting on Alaska, young man starting his journey up in Alaska to live off grid. Really interesting to watch him. The Fit Farmer, you have Prep Rebel, Simple Life Reclaimed. There is Townsend's. Townsend's showing you what it's like to live in the 1800s, and definitely worth the listen to there. You have the Prepared Mind. There's Pinball Preparedness, which is down in Tennessee. There's East Tennessee Preparedness, the Economic Ninja, and last but not least, Little House Off Griddy, also in Tennessee. A lot of good information, a lot of good channels. I do believe we should be supporting each other. I know you guys put other channels that you liked in the chat. That's fine. I don't have a problem. I can't give everybody a shout out, so I just do the ones that I do, and that's it. So we're at 244. So we need 6 more thumbs up, guys, to hit the goal at 250. So let's see if we can get that. And but if we can get, so we're 5 away now, 5 away from hitting 250. So anyway, again, we're a small niche community. I do think we should be supporting each other. I think that that is important. So definitely let's do that. All right. Anyhow, always going to continue to encourage you to continue to prep, continue to get ready. You never know what's going to happen. So, we don't know when that other shoe is going to drop. I got another video coming out Sunday that I think you guys are going to like. You'll see that then. I can't give you a heads up on what it is ahead of time, but I think you'll like that video. I haven't uploaded it yet. Actually, as soon as this live stream is over, I'm going to start to upload that video. But, it's like I said, we need to continue to be prepared, continue to get ready. We never know when that other shoe is going to drop. And I've said this many, many times. When SHTF happens, folks, okay, when it happens, because it's not a matter of if, it's when. You're going to, at that point, have what you have. So whatever you got, that's where you're going to start out with. And to me, if I can put myself in a situation where my group and I are in a better shape than most people, then going out on a limb, check out the recent Israel News Live, Colonel Greg Reineck. All right, thank you for that information. But yeah, like I said, there's we never know. We never know what's going to happen. And she just went back in and lay down. She was tired after we did the hills. Are you kidding me? I was tired after we did the hills today. Uh, get some more instant coffee. Yeah, definitely stock up on instant coffee. Glad that you did when the time comes. Again, the better what I to me the way that I look at it as a prepper. Okay, when SHTF does happen, it's a transition period until we get used to the new normal. And the new normal is not going to be a whole lot of fun. But if we can keep it as normal as possible, right? If we can keep it as normal as possible, psychologically, that's huge. That is huge. So if I can still have a cup of coffee, if I want a cup of coffee, if I want to have a cup of tea, I can still have a cup of tea. If I have enough food to eat, and I can say, hey, what do I feel like having, right? I have my chickens, so I have a supply of eggs, and all those little things, all the taking a hot shower, folks. I want you to think about this. How many of you have gone 4, 5, 6 days without taking a shower? All right, probably not too many. Probably not too many. um you know I've gone a couple days here and there without taking a shower, and I don't like it. I like showering every day. Now, there's some people that don't shower, and that's good for them. Whatever, that's nasty, in my opinion. But being able to take that hot shower at the end of the day is psychologically huge. Okay, psychologically huge. So yeah, I have, and it stinks. There you go. Exactly. So not saying how many days for me. There you go. But again, you know, psychological edge is important, and to me, that's you might not have the internet, you might not have your phone working and all that type of stuff, but if you can have those little creature comforts, that's awesome. So yeah, sponge bath from me. Yeah, okay. Oh, sponge baths is from nurses were always fun. I thought you said from me. I'm like, wait a minute. Sorry, JJ. I like you, brother, but I'm not giving you a sponge bath. uh, that's too funny. So anyway, let's do this. We are legion because we are many. We are all over the world. We're all over the country. Where's everybody from tonight? And I see we already over 250. We're 251. So we got the UP of Michigan with Don, Montreal, Quebec, Canada with Daniel, Sean the Englishman from Chatham, Ontario, Canada, Franklin County, Ohio. We have Utah in the house with Stevo, Switzerland in the house. Thank you for staying up late with us. BC, Canada with Emil, Oregon with Chewy, Ireland with Full of Hope, Inverness, Florida, Omaha, Nebraska with Larry. We have Alabama with Carol, Ontario, Canada, Ozark in Missouri, Dallas, Texas with Traveler, Troutman, North Carolina with, I missed it. I know who it is. I can't think of it now. Juniper, Florida's in the house. Let's see, Newport News, Virginia with Patricia, BC, Canada with Janet, Christian County, Missouri with Kelly, Huntsville, Alabama with Red, Leesburg, Florida with Joan, Charlotte County, Florida with Gloria, Missouri and the Ozarks with Delbert, Critter Lover down in Virginia, Messenburg, Pennsylvania with Mark, Greenlee County, Arizona with Coster. What are you still doing up, Mark? Aren't you supposed to be in bed? Oh, it's a weekend. Never mind. Dust Devil with Texas. We got Kate in Philadelphia, Joe from Hale, Michigan. We got Long Island in the house with CW. Flat Florida with Andrea. Very flat Florida. Never could live there. Like to visit. Nice place to visit. Never want to live there. Westport, Connecticut with Jem. Central New York with Village Homestead. So late night with the possums. Yeah. Yeah, Mark has a possum fetish, folks. Very disturbing. Very, very disturbing. We got Kim Possible in Southern Maine. So again, guys, all over the country, all over the world, huge network of people. We're the ones that truly can make a difference. We can make a difference now by trying to wake people up, trying to help people. We can also make a difference later on by trying to educate people. I think that's important that we do so, and that's I think that that's really important. Oh, we got Oregon in the house with beef and chicken. So just keep prepping, guys. Keep getting ready. Take care of your business, and you're going to be just fine. That's the key. Morning Light, did you put up there Morning Lights in West Virginia? Obviously. So I don't know if I saw that come through or not. Try to solve this riddle. There are 30 cows in the field and 28 chickens. How many didn't? I have no idea. We got Bob in Southern Connecticut. Don, why are you going to try to make me think? It's too late in the day to try to make me think. But it's a play on words. Remember that song, Mind Your Own Business and You Won't Be Minding Mine? Yeah, I remember that. Yep. Yep. So anyway, guys, um, I want to thank my moderators who do an absolutely fantastic job keeping the chat clean. They are awesome. I really appreciate, ladies and gentlemen, that moderate for me. What you do makes a big, big difference. It makes us a much, much better environment. So very much appreciated. I want to thank all you guys for being here as well. Appreciate the support. Thank you very much for being here. I enjoy these chats. It's a good time and a lot of fun. So now we're at 261. So we blew through 250. It's 20 instead of 28. I am not sure. I don't get that. I don't know. The answer is 10, only 28 chickens. Oh, okay. I gotcha. Yep, definitely a play on words. Definitely a play on words. Anyway, remember, guys, we truly are all in this together. We are one race called the human race. If we could ever really figure that out, come together as human beings, there would be no stopping us. No stopping us. We have to stop letting them divide us over race, religion, political affiliation. All of it's nonsense. All of it don't mean a thing. And so, just do what you can do. Also, remember, guys, to hug and kiss the ones that you love. Tell them every single day. Tomorrow is not guaranteed. We never know what's going to happen in life. So it's really important that we tell the people that we care about every single day how we feel. Last but not least, STD, step, thing, and day. One step at a time, one thing at a time, and one day at a time. Whatever you're trying to do, whatever you're trying to accomplish, you can do it. The only one that's going to stop you from meeting your goals is you. That's it, nobody else. If you stay positive and stay away from the negativity, you're going to be just fine. Set realistic goals and then set about to making them happen. Vince McMahon resigns from the WWE for sexual assault. Wow. Yeah, that's not good. Taking all those steroids he took all the time, probably. Allegedly. Allegedly. So that's not a good thing. But anyway, stay focused, guys. Take care of and control what you can control, and you're going to be just fine. Stay away from negative people that want to bring you down. They're sad creatures, and all, like I said again, all they deserve is our pity. Um, the best way to show those people up is to be successful and to be happy because they can't stand it. So that's what I would suggest. So, anyway, guys, be safe. I will talk to you all later. Have a great night. Prepper Nurse One out for now.